The easiest way to get rich in your 20s is to start in your teens. Although I was lucky enough to start a somewhat successful business by the time I was 20, the truth is I could have started much earlier and been way further ahead if I started in my teens, but I didn't. I didn't fully jump into the entrepreneurship game until I was 19. I made lots of mistakes early on, and I see lots of younger guys who watch my videos making the same ones. So here are the biggest mistakes that you make as a teenager that will make you poor in your 20s. And before we jump in, I'm not the richest or most successful guy. I've had some success, and I'm speaking from that experience. So always take what I or anyone says with a grain of salt. Now, mistake number 1, believing too much in authority. Becoming an adult is really just a slow and gradual process of realizing that nobody knows anything. Everybody is just figuring it out as they go, and it's a miracle that the world and society functions the way it does. Authority is a pyramid scheme. Most of the time, somebody is just parroting a belief that was forced onto them by someone else, and then instead of challenging or thinking about it for themselves, they just accept it and force it onto the next person. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to do your own thing. The more you follow authority, the more likely you are to end up like everybody who does, aka average. Mistake number 2, taking no risk. One could say that being a kid is really just living a life without any risk or responsibility. Your parents put food on the table, give you shelter, protect you from the consequences of your bad decisions, and solve your problems for you. School compounds this dramatically. Aside from asking a cute girl out, there are no opportunities for risk when you're a teenager. Society have gone out of its way to coddle and remove all risks for children. But when you're a teenager and it becomes time to make decisions and take some responsibility for yourself, you have no idea how to because you've never done it before. Because of this, your appetite for risk is low, and your ability to calculate risk is extremely inaccurate. Small risks seem huge because you're 18 and still kind of a huge pussy. Like I was the biggest pussy I knew when I was 18. But when you're a teenager, the downside of risk is very low, and I wish somebody told me this sooner. The upside is extremely high, so it's wise to err on the side of risk rather than the side of caution. Because worst case, chances are your rock bottom is living with your parents, which you're already doing anyways. Mistake number 3, waiting for permission and doing nothing. Teenagers have all these ridiculously stupid beliefs and thought processes that prevent them from taking action. School is a big reason for this programmed stupidity. Life is far from rigid or structured. It's chaos. You have to ask for permission to go to the bathroom. You can't be creative or do assignments your own way. You're told what to do, exactly how to do it, and then expected to comply like a slave. School doesn't teach critical thinking or learning. The goal is to program you into a compliant slave who can do menial tasks like a factory worker. That's literally what school was designed around, without being disruptive to the other slaves around you doing menial tasks. So when it comes to starting a business, learning a new skill, or doing anything remotely independent, you freeze and get stuck because you've never done something before without anyone holding your hand. So you just end up doing nothing, like most teenagers, and like I did for all of my teenage years. I went from 0 at 19 years old to making 6 figures by the time I was 20, and the most frustrating thing about it is that I could have started way earlier. If I would have started while in high school, I probably would have never needed to have gone to college, and I'd probably be way richer. And when I started, it was relatively still uncommon to make money online and start your own business. Nowadays, everybody does it. 17-year-olds are making millions with crypto and NFTs. There's no excuse now to prevent you from starting. I'm not saying you're going to be an overnight success, but you'll be way better off if you start now, even if you fail, because you'll learn so much that you can apply to the next thing that you do. Mistake number 4, not realizing the importance of money. Money is the key to all the freedom you want. Therefore, getting money as fast as humanly possible is the fastest way to freedom. If your parents are holding you back or you don't like the environment you're in, the best way to change is by making enough money to remove yourself from it. You don't have to wait till you finish school, till you finish your degree, till you get a steady job to start making money. You can literally just start right now. Yes, literally right now. You have an internet connection if you're watching this video. There's nobody stopping you. And that is the biggest mindset shift that beginners, specifically teenagers, need to make in their entrepreneurial journey, or at least I needed to make. I can't speak on what everyone needs to do, but I can speak on what I needed to do. I needed to realize that nobody was stopping me, that all I had to do was just start. And the sooner I stopped asking for permission, the sooner I was able to accomplish my goals and get the freedom I really wanted. Mistake number 5, forgetting to understand that what's significant now won't be in 2 years. Teenagers have a unique stupidity. I know because I had it myself. The truth is that almost everything that happened in high school and early college simply didn't matter. The big exams I stressed out about, the assignment I got a bad grade on, the girl I was obsessed with for a week because I thought she was hot, all of it became irrelevant within a few weeks. And looking back a few years later, I can't even remember most of it because of how little it mattered. Teenagers take their current position and feelings in life too seriously. You could say the same thing about adults. But the worst part is that they make decisions based off of these fickle, low consequence feelings. The classic example is choosing to go to the same college as your high school girlfriend instead of the one that's best for you long term. The other is putting your entire life and goals on hold for a girl, or for partying, or for drugs, or for, dicking off with your friends all day, every day. These are some of the mistakes I made in my teens that I wish I could have avoided sooner, because if I did, I would have been way better off way earlier in my career. If you found this valuable, be sure to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, where I share all of these lessons in bite-sized pieces, and be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Have fun and make money while doing it. I'll see you later.